Uh, hey guys, I just wanted to do a video real quick. I I don't know even where to start. Okay, so today, I just wanted to do something really casual because I just wanted to share my day. I had the most magical day, the most magical day, and I don't even know where to start. But I wanted to talk about this thing. Repetition. Okay, let's get on track. Hey, if you don't, if you're new to my channel, I invite you to subscribe, like this video, all that jazz. It helps me out tremendously. So I wanted to talk about repetition and the importance of repetition. You guys, repetition. Sometimes when it comes to like leveling up, changing our life, and doing certain things, we do it and we're pumped about it for a certain amount of time, and like right after we watch something motivational, we're like, oh my gosh, I'm so inspired and motivated, and then we go back to doing the same things, you know having the same kind of thoughts, the same kind of life, doing everything exactly the same. And I said this in another video, when it comes to transforming your life, it takes commitment. And with this commitment, what was I going to say? Repetition is key. And so I was watching a video on epigenetics. And if you're in the space of knowing about subliminals and all that kind of stuff, then I'm sure you've heard of epigenetics. But pretty much it is changing your thoughts and changing your life, really. And how do we do this? We do it by repetition. And if you follow me on this channel, then you know that I'm a big fan of subliminals. And subliminals pretty much are repetitive thoughts that you're feeding your mind, your brain, whatever you want to call it. And I'm a big fan, and I've seen the results, and it's changed my life tremendously and how I think tremendously. So I'm not going to talk about subliminals in this video, mainly just about the fact that why can I say this? Repetition is so important. And I was watching this video on epigenetics and how changing your mind can really change your life, and it was talking about healing and how your mind, and if you know the works of Dr. Joe Dispenza, he talks about how your mind can make you sick and it also can make you well, and that's because of the thoughts that are going on in your head. And so I wanted to talk about commitment and repetition, and it takes practice and repeating things. And in this video, he was talking about affirmations and repeating them and the effects of repetition. And because all that is programming and hypnosis. Now, if you follow me on this channel too, you know that I'm a big proponent for hypnosis. It really does work. They even have clinical hypnosis. I didn't know this before. I knew the power of hypnosis. I know how it can really change your life by changing how you think, the narrative that's going on in your head. I understand that. I didn't realize that they even prescribed it as clinical hypnosis, because I actually know someone that experienced trauma in their life, and they were prescribed clinical hypnosis. Now, if that doesn't speak volumes to you, like it does me, I don't know what will. Like, the fact is, there's science behind it. And I talk about subliminals, and people are like, I don't know about subliminals. Now I'm talking about subliminals. Okay, we're going to talk about subliminals in this video. And so I talk about subliminals, and, I actually was prescribed subliminals myself from a coach that I had saw previously, to change some of my thought patterns and my belief system. And it really does work. But they're like, that's like science fiction. I'm like, no, it's not. It's actually a science. Like, it's not like it's called TV programming for a reason. Like all of these things, and I don't want to sound, what is it, conspiracy theorists or anything like that, but it's really a science. And I don't know why people don't believe that that's a science. But, anyways, getting back to the fact that repetition is so important when it comes to changing your life and seeing the changes and transforming your life and seeing the changes in your life and all that kind of stuff is so important. This video is so all over the place. I just really wanted to get on here and really just kind of share that because commitment to yourself, and I said this in previous videos, you have to make the commitment to yourself every single day. Do you hear me? I hope you do. Every single day. So we watch motivational videos, we watch inspirational things, we go to seminars and all that stuff. We're pumped, right? We're pumped after that. We're like, my life is going to be so much better. But every day you have to make the choice. Every day you have to commit to yourself and say, I am not going to make the same choices and continue with the same habits and have the same thoughts, which honestly, those thoughts are more important than the habits and the things that you do in your life and in your day. It's those thoughts. I'm telling you. And that's why I'm a big fan of subliminals, because the hardest part of really evolving, transforming your life, is changing those thoughts. Those thoughts that you've had all of your life. Do you hear what I'm saying? All of your life. That's why it's so hard to change. And so implementing tools like subliminals, hypnosis, they even have things like EFT tapping. I've tried that. I'm not quite sure if I've seen any difference in that, but there have been people that said great things about that. But implementing tools into your life that's going to help you create that repetition and make that commitment to yourself and change your belief system. That's so important. And so I don't know if I've shared my story about the fact that I don't have a TV, I don't watch TV or anything like that, even though that irks my mom. It irks my mom that I don't watch the news, I don't watch TV or anything, because I made a commitment to myself one day. I used to be a big fan of Real Housewives. I was one of those, like, I followed the series, I knew everything, and yeah, that was my show. That was my show. Real Housewives was my show. But one of the things I realized, I'm like, I felt stress from watching it. And I said, this is not even me living out what I'm stressing about. I'm not living this. I'm watching it on TV. And that really started me thinking. I'm like, okay, cortisol, they talk about all of these things and the effects on the body, and the fact that I'm feeling it right now and I'm not even in reality experiencing something stressful. I'm watching it on TV. That's when I started thinking, okay, I need to change something. So I stopped watching TV. I stopped listening to the radio at that time. I listen to the radio sometimes now, but at the time I stopped listening to radio. And one day I remember I was scrolling through Instagram, and because I had eradicated those numbing mechanisms that were my life at that time, TV was my life, those shows were my life, and I eradicated those. And I was scrolling through Instagram, and I was like listening to the narrative that was going on in my head and things that I was saying to myself. And I said, wow, I thought I was a positive person. But the narrative that was going on in my head told me that I had a low self-esteem, that I was jealous, that I was a lot of negative things. I could go on and on and on, but a lot of negative things. Yes. And I perhaps masked it with this positivity that, but I never realized that was going through my head all of these years until I like I said, I eradicated all those numbing mechanisms that were part of my life, and I started really listening. I was like, wow. I was a little disappointed in myself, but hey, we got over it. But the point is that I became aware. I became aware of my thoughts. I'm like, oh, so is that how I really look at myself? Is that how I really think? Is that how I really look at that person? So I made a commitment to myself to change it. And that was, wow, 4 years ago? Something like that. But I'll tell you one thing. I make the commitment to myself every single day. It's not like I was at that moment, I said, I'm going to change my belief system, I'm good, and the rest of my life is, no, I do it every single day. And, things like making the choice to really transform your life is an everyday choice, And I always thought that with marriage too, is that, you got to make the choice to be committed to your marriage every single day. Not just that one day that you say, I do. Okay? Every single day. It's an every single day thing. With that comes repetition. Repetition. And creating the thought patterns, reprogramming your mind to think a certain way. That is commitment to yourself. It is commitment to yourself. That is important. It's your life, it's your life. And so the importance of commitment, repetition, and being committed to that, being committed to the idea that I'm transforming my life every single day. So I just wanted to share that. I really went off on a few tangents there, but I just really want to encourage you to know that, it's not an easy journey. Every day is easy. Some days I'm just like, I cannot get control of my mind, especially if something's tough going on, But it's so worth it. And it's worth it to make that commitment to yourself, to transform your life, to glow up, to level up, because that's essentially what you're doing. It starts here. And it starts here. That repetition is so important. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna leave it here. I just wanted to share that because I don't think I've ever shared that, and that's an important story that I feel like is necessary for you to understand. That I think that even like I went to marriage counseling prior, and that was one of the things that they said, the counselor suggested, it's an everyday choice. It's a commitment every day, not just that one day. So that after you come from that seminar, that motivational seminar, whatever, you saw that motivational video on YouTube or whatever the case is, and you're like, I'm committed to myself. The next day, make that same commitment to yourself. And then the day after that, make that same commitment to yourself. And the day after that, make that same commitment to yourself. It's all about repetition. Doing the same thing over and over again. It'll stick one day, maybe. No, it will. It will. It gets easier. But, in the beginning, you're definitely going to run into resistance. You will. But make the commitment to yourself every single day. Anyways, you guys, that is all for this video. I just wanted to share that. Like I said, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you know someone that needs this message, that's struggling in their life, and they keep falling back on old patterns, share this video with them. Share it with them. Also, I'm doing one-on-one mentorship and training on my website at ambermarieturner.com if you're interested in that as well. I'm doing that. That actually, what made me think of this video is, I had a client session today, And it really comes down to making the commitment to yourself every single day. Anyways, that's all, and I will check you guys in the next video. Peace.